And now, hey gang, welcome to the Dizzycast podcast. Today, we're gonna keep our vibes righteous and true. We're gonna be talking about the
Vibes?
about the one and only
Y'all.
SpongeBop.
Now let's get this out the way first. Y'all, he's been obsessed with Vibe Check, this webtoon series, and so he's gonna be using Vibe in his vernacular.
Yes, I will, but that's not important right now. Right now, we're talking about SpongeBop. Tell me, what are some of your favorite episodes of SpongeBop? Fate, you love SpongeBob. You go first.
I don't even know where to start like choosing. I mean, it's always, in all honesty, it's always going to be from like the classic, like the early seasons.
Mm-hmm.
So shoot, episodes I used to love and still love even today are like what, the Krusty Krab Pizza episode, Graveyard Shift, all of them.
Yeah. One of my favorite episodes, it was stupid as shit, was the episode where Mr. Krabs kept on bringing shit to Mrs. Puff, trying to get her to like him. Y'all remember that one?
Oh yeah.
And having SpongeBob do all the stupid shit, and SpongeBob was over here getting mad, saying, "It's not talking about this or this. We're talking about this."
SpongeBob snapped though.
He really do. When you make SpongeBob pissed and start to snap, that's how you know you really fucking up.
Yeah.
When the silly
Like I
nigga in
said,
the room don't go silly no more, it's over. Go ahead.
I like to say one of my favorite episodes is it's more of like the uncanny episodes, like when you can tell when the writers were just like, we could have an abstract episode. Like when SpongeBob got stranded and was surrounded by all those statues of SpongeBob that were whistling in the
Yes,
future.
Oh yeah.
The Stonehenge,
that shit was
the
weird.
Stonehenge episode. I like I like those type of episodes. I like whenever every time you see SpongeBob leaving the Bikini Bottom and going to a different city, it's always a weird episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
all of them are
Like
always
rock
weird.
bottom.
Yes. Like, and the shit that really like is really like neat about SpongeBob is that they know how to like make everything. It's more of like an episodic show,
Mm-hmm.
but they always have little hints of like the story like is connected. Like they always leave little hints in the plot where it's like you can tell they remember doing this in that one episode, or they remember
Mm-hmm.
this or that. Like they always leave little like marks.
Yeah.
There's running jokes and shit like that. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite running jokes is, of course, everybody's favorite, my leg.
Yeah.
And one I don't think many people talk about, but that one nigga in the back that goes, "Oh, you stink!" And then when he
Oh, that's
remixed it, and then when he
that's the
remixed it
blue
and said,
shark.
"Yes," and then when he remixed it and said, "Oh, brother, this guy stinks." The shit that made that really
I'll
like
say
hit home is the escalation of it. Go ahead, say what you gonna say.
I was gonna say, tell me if I'm wrong about this, but does Mrs. Puffs like whenever she's in an episode, doesn't it feel like a different show almost sometimes? Like
Sometimes,
whenever it's
yes.
a Mrs. Puffs episode, it literally just looks like it doesn't feel like a Krusty Krab episode at all. Like in the Krusty Krab, it's just Squidward and SpongeBob getting pissed at each other or being petty. But then when you have like a Mrs. Puff episode, it literally just feels like it's Mrs. Puff's show, and she just has that one annoying bad student in the class that don't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the Mrs. Puff episodes because I don't know, it just feels like there's different like the writing team of SpongeBob has different little subsections of episodes they like to do. Like it feels like they have a person who does like the Krusty Krab episodes, the abstract weird ones. Like you can tell there's different influences in the writing team when it comes to a certain type of episode. Or like
Mm-hmm.
I'll say it was this one episode where fuck. It was Squidward. It was a Squidward one when he moved into the all Squidward neighborhood.
Yes.
Where everyone was
Oh,
Squidward,
yeah.
and
He got sad with the mundane shit.
that's because Squidward, as much as he hates to admit it, like when the longer the show goes on, he just like slowly gives a fuck about SpongeBob, and even though he hates him to death, like with how annoying he is, it's like
that's what he's used to.
he's
That's
still
what
like he's used to it. He needs it. It's like if you were to go to sleep with the noise machine every night, and then all of a sudden like the power goes out, and then you don't have that noise anymore.
Yeah.
And I like that shit. I like it when they're like when the stories like don't seem like they have a lot to do with shit, but then when you really think about it, they get real introspective with these shits. Because a lot of what that episode was also saying is like yeah, you might be wishing for some shit. It might not be all up to snuff, or it might be just as great as you imagined it. Okay, but now the greatness of it is gone because it was just like a spectacle. You know what I mean?
You remember what I said about the Mrs. Puff episodes? I take that back. Those are the Mr. Crab episodes. Like, remember the Mr. Crab episode? I'll use an example when he found a treasure map.
Yes.
And they went on a treasure hunt.
Yeah.
That was a whole different like type of like show almost. Like how cool. I love that episode. It was really cool. And when Mr. Crab traded in SpongeBob for like a nickel or like a dime or a penny, it was like stupid cheap.
Yeah.
Or when Mr. Krabs had the episode when he hid his money under the mattress and they accidentally threw the mattress away and he had to fight a guard worm for it, like Squidward did. The Mr. Crab episodes are the ones that are like really different.
I really like the Sandy episodes because the one I could think of off the top of my head was the one where she's fighting in the tower with the Kill Bill fit. You know, the one where she's wearing all yellow.
Oh my god! I forgot that episode existed. That's that is a weird episode. Oh my god! It was so random how the enemies were like.
And she fought the big stinky nigga, the chapped lips bitch.
Yeah,
bro. That you know what? When we're thinking about SpongeBob, I think honestly, what makes an episode really weird is when they don't show it often on reruns.
Yes,
that's what makes it weird because like you never see it.
I also really like the Alaskan Bullworm episode.
Yeah, that's a classic. I feel like the reason why, honestly, if I'm being real though, the only reason why that episode survived like and didn't become like a weird one is because people memed it because it is not shown on TV. It barely reruns on TV. Like,
people meme the fuck out of that one. We should take Bikini Bottom and move it somewhere else.
Or hold on, let me eat this real quick. You guys start talking.
So, like, fuck, damn, words missing me. But I really dislike the Patrick episodes because usually the Patrick episodes highlight how much of a dickhead Patrick is and how good of a friend SpongeBob is.
Let me say this: every Patrick episode is literally just him being like, "Well, I'm better than you because now He's had how many episodes where he comes smart? Like when they switched his head when he fell off the cliff and he lost his brain. Yeah. Then they gave him a new brain, and he got smart. Or when he got the mustache, and he became smart. Oh no, he became fancy.
Oh yeah.
When it was really just like a sea urchin or something that was sleeping on him.
Yep.
I'll never get over that episode where his fake ass parents came in and he was like, SpongeBob, can you please pretend to be the dumbass neighbor?
That was some fake shit right there.
That was real fake, and that wasn't even his real parents neither. That's the craziest part.
No, the ghettoest part is he knew those weren't his parents. Like in the end, he was like, "Oh, you guys aren't." He like knew, like he literally knew.
Wasn't that the father though? That was like, "That's right, we don't have a son."
Yeah,
and they just
he was like,
"Yes,
oh, honey, that's right, we don't have a son."
How do you make that mistake?
The only relative he has is his big sister Sam,
and technically Gary. Because I remember, Gary was a fucking relative, and he was a dickhead off of that too. I can't remember what happened, but I know for a fact he was a dickhead in that episode.
So
I feel
yeah,
like there's only like 2 or 3 Gary episodes. Like Gary, like when he was like Gary Go Home,
Yeah.
and then when it was like, no, actually they're making new ones though. Like a recent new episode, which I want to talk about this today. I feel like a lot of people hate on the new SpongeBob a little too hard. Like I feel like they say the animation is too like bubbly, cute, and like it's too like they do too much and it looks extra. But if I'm being honest, I mean the writing is still up to par. Like the writing is still good to me. Like
I feel
I
like that's
feel
just
like
the
the new
evolution of
episodes are-
things. To keep shit fresh, they just
yeah,
change shit up a little bit.
I mean, because if we're being honest, we have people who think that like nothing can ever like replace SpongeBob from like the '99 to the 2000s. But if I'm being honest, the animation is the only difference. The way like the art looks, because the writing is still the same. Like it is still good writing, and it's still entertaining. Like I high key have been wanting to watch like all the new SpongeBob episodes, but I really ain't got nobody to watch it with because last time I tried to watch it with somebody, they was like, the new ones, ew. But I feel like it's kind of just trendy to hate on the new episodes. Like I feel
That's
like it's
true.
one of those things where it's like, oh, like everyone on TikTok doesn't like it, so I would be weird if I liked it. Like that's the kind of energy I get when people like just instantly hate on it.
But I have seen some of the new ones, and they do be hitting. I think they're really funny. I think they're really
Like the
funny. The
episode when they went,
animation's really nice.
and there was this one where they went to what's it called? They went to some like new city, and I thought it was pretty good. Like I was like, wow, this is a cool concept because we haven't seen SpongeBob go to a new place since. But the last time was when he went to the fair. Remember the Glove World?
Yes.
oh yeah.
That was like the very last old episode of him going to a new place. And Glove World, actually no, was Glove World? I think was Rock Bottom newer than Glove World?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Rock Bottom is older.
I think
Because I know for a fact Rock Bottom is definitely old.
they brought Rock Bottom back in like one newer episode. I remember
They did?
Didn't-
I gotta watch
they
it.
bring Glove World back? They brought Glove World back at least maybe 2 or 3 times. Now that I think about it. When it kept they highlighted how it kept getting shittier and shittier, and like they had no money at this place.
I want them to bring back Kevin.
Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Bro, Kevin, I actively hated Kevin while watching that episode. I was
He
so
was
happy.
ugly as shit. He was dirty
Well, he
as
was an
fuck. to that
asshole.
nigga.
Bro, you know what's crazy? That episode was old, and they were really highlighting. I feel like they were low key predicting almost about like how Discord mods be acted or how fucking Reddit mods be acting. Like
Crazy.
they were really like speaking on it because ever since that episode aired, it really developed into a type of person. And if you
Niggas
look at
watched
like a
that
lot of
shit and
Discord
said, "Oh,
mods,
I want to be like that for real."
Holy shit.
they literally like Kevin is a perfect example of like the karma you get from gatekeeping.
SpongeBob shat on that nigga in every category.
Really? Oh my god! Or I remember when SpongeBob got not SpongeBob when what's his face Squidward got turned into cement, and he was he turned into a little like monster look-alike, and he went to go see Kelpie G.
Yeah.
Bro, I loved that episode when he got to see Kelpie G. Or when you remember when they got stranded? It was like Patrick, SpongeBob, and Squidward. They got stranded on an island in the forest or something.
Yeah,
and they had the magic conch show.
Yeah.
Well, and as I'm remembering these episodes, the only reason why I feel like they're so weird is just because Nickelodeon only shows the same 5 fucking old episodes whenever they do reruns. Like, it's really wild to remember these episodes because I haven't seen those in like years.
Sheesh.
Wow.
And that's funny.
Yeah, but
I want to talk about an episode I really hated though. I can't remember the name of it, but you know it's the one where SpongeBob got stuck in that one shit that he used to ring
Oh
himself
my
out.
god. The
And-
ring, yeah, the ringer.
And then fucking Patrick whole time was making shit worse.
True. He didn't mean it, but yeah.
And then like I think it was like at the end of the episode, it was trying to treat like, man, SpongeBob shouldn't be such a dick to his friend that's just trying to be helpful. But nah, though, he was like malicious
Bro,
with some of that shit.
Yeah.
We could really talk about the downfall of Patrick's entire friendship with SpongeBob. Do y'all remember when he was jealous of all the awards SpongeBob was getting? So
Yep.
SpongeBob helped him out. He was like, "Hey, bro, I can get you a job at the Krusty Krab, and you can, try to do good here and get an award." And then he just copied everything SpongeBob did and ended up fucking up the whole job because he just wanted to be annoying and petty and copy SpongeBob.
Yep.
Or the
Like-
time,
Like he fake as hell
oh, no,
for
you're
it.
good.
But I do remember the one time that SpongeBob was fake as hell when Patrick like instantly was able to get his boating license.
I was just about to bring up that episode. Yep. That episode
my
was
God.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But honestly, in SpongeBob position, somebody like Patrick getting his license, really? Like
Right?
how? Like I honestly, how? Like I'm not gonna lie, I would have been the same way. I would have been like, how the fuck you get your license? You couldn't even open up a jar in the fucking Krusty Krab.
Mm-hmm.
You literally. I kind of agree with SpongeBob on that one. No, because I'm really sitting
And
there
at the end
thinking
of-
about it. How the fuck did he get his license? Like, Mrs. Puff really is an op. She did. missus
Mhm.
Puff is really the orchestrator of that shit. She's the one who came up with. You know what?
And I
I'm gonna
think
make them have some beef today because I don't like SpongeBob.
that's fair. And I think at the end of the day, it was like SpongeBob was like, man, I'm sorry. I should be more happy for you. And then like Patrick like, yeah, it's cool, man, whatever. But like Patrick almost never does that shit. Patrick almost never apologizes or be like, man, that's my fault. I shouldn't be a dickhead to you when you just try to enjoy your day or whatever the fuck. Like, nah, he just like, it just be like fucking SpongeBob trying to like be like, man, I shouldn't be so hard for you. I know you're just trying, but he don't be trying. That nigga just sucks.
No,
my
bro.
God.
One of the funniest episodes of SpongeBob has to be when they had the stank Sunday.
The state
And
Sunday.
they are like the breakfast thing when they had the when they had the onions and all that shit in their
Onions.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And then
Sunday.
bro, that had to be the funniest episode alive to this day because they was like, "Am I ugly? Am I ugly?" And then niggas was melting and dying and like burning out.
Literally.
I think the shit that killed me was how nice that one nigga was at the movie theater when he was like, "I'm sorry." He was like,
Nah,
I
bro.
apologize if my ugliness horrifies you. And the nigga was so nice and said, "Not at all, my boy." And then as soon as he smelled it, like the kindness in his voice instantly went away.
Bro, or when it was like, no, okay. I remember when Bubble Bass was around. Yeah, I remember when
Uh-huh.
he sat on Plankton
Yes.
in the movie theater. Oh wait, what was that episode? I don't remember what it was about, but I do remember there was the scene. They were at the movie theater, and Mr. Krabs like threw Plankton into the screen, and it was concrete behind the screen, and he felt bad because he thought he killed Spot Plankton or something.
I think I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I've seen that episode maybe one time. Maybe one time. I do not remember anything about it, but I remember that scene specifically because every time I go to a movie theater, I would be like, "Bro, is there concrete behind the screen?" I remember one day I actually went and touched it, and it wasn't. It was just like a regular wall. But I was like, "Who the fuck would build it with concrete then? That's so like random."
They don't make no fucking sense under the sea. All do that water,
Bro.
they don't make no fucking sense for a lot of this shit. Like,
Oh my
rock
god! Or
bottom.
when y'all remember when Sandy was trying to win an award from the scientists? Oh no, she did win an award. When they came to deliver it to her, they were like, "Oh, it can talk." They were like making fun of her, being like, she's a mammal."
Oh
Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, that was racism.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yo, though my favorite, like one of my favorite like specials from SpongeBob had to be when they went to Atlantis. I loved Atlantis as a kid. That was my
Same.
favorite. Like I had it on DVD, and I used to have it on like that little DVD player that you could watch in the car
I had the
on road
game
trips.
based on it. I remember that.
Oh my god, yes! I love the SpongeBob DS game.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Yes,
was fun as hell.
Atlantis was so like
The
Atlantis was a good story.
That was a cool one. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
But I also think one of the weirdest specials to me, I can't remember what it was called, but it was the one where it was SpongeBob and some other nigga. They were trapped in the events of the Krusty Krab, and then they had like a story or a dream or whatever the fuck of SpongeBob about to marry Sandy.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was so confused like the whole time. I was like, why the fuck did this have to be a special? Like none of like what the fuck? Like the only thing about it that made specials, they in the commercials they made it seem like SpongeBob's gonna marry Sandy, and I'm just sitting here like, what?
Do y'all remember the okay, no, y'all don't. Well, yeah, you guys should remember. It was the Christmas special, but it was the first SpongeBob claymation.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh my god. That I still remember the "Don't be a jerk."
I used to love
It's
that song.
Christmas. I love. Oh my god, that was one of the best Christmas specials I've seen since Charlie Brown. Like it was actually so good.
My favorite Christmas song of all time is "This Christmas Feels Like the Very First Christmas to Me."
Bro, I still sing that every year. I don't care how old I get. That shit went hard. That part where he did that shit went hard. For real.
I don't remember any Halloween specials though. Now think about it.
There was a couple because they did another claymation one.
I know there was a few, but I can't remember them.
I remember they went trick or treating and SpongeBob dressed up as a ghost, right?
He was trying to be the Flying Dutchman, but people kept making fun of.
Yeah. Yes. Or there was another episode I remember when. Oh, it's one of the newer ones. Okay, I really liked it, and I thought it was really cute. It was when Plankton dressed up. I know you guys haven't heard of this one unless you guys really keep up with it. But Plankton dressed up as a florist. You know, a florist is somebody who works with plants and like sells plants and like flowers and shit.
Yeah.
And so he redesigned the chum bucket and everything to make like a flower shop. And he even he had a whole costume design. Like he went into this robot woman suit and made Karen a big sunflower. And his whole plan was to sell flowers that were laced with bombs to go into the Krusty Krab and blow it up and then steal the recipe while everyone was like scared. But he ended up actually liking being a yes, that actually was that literally was it.
That's so crazy.
But he actually ended up liking. He liked being a florist, and he legitimately like wanted to stay that way. But then somebody ended up buying the flowers that he was going to sell, and he was trying to talk them out of it, but they did it anyway. And he was trying to quickly deactivate the bombs, but it was too late. The Krusty Krab blew up. His whole plan that he didn't even want to do anymore ended up happening. But everyone hated him, and then he died. He didn't die, but like the robot suit died.
Holy!
I think the craziest shit ever is the idea that the one time his plans would have worked, he didn't want it to anymore.
Yeah, he actually wanted to be a florist, and that honestly would have been a cool character like revamp for Plankton. Because if I'm being honest, that's the one SpongeBob trope that I'm kind of like done with is the whole stealing the Krabby Patty secret formula. Because it's like, okay, I can deal with Patrick being a dickhead because every now and then they do a new version of it where it's funny, but when they ended up like with the Krabby Patty secret formula, it's always the same. Plankton get his shit robbed. Or if he does steal the formula and it's successful, SpongeBob turns into fucking Finn from Adventure Time and saves the day. Like,
I will say I do like
So,
Plankton's character,
hmm.
but I don't really care about like how his like scheming to get the formula.
Yeah.
I mean, we just see it all the time. So it's like,
Hmm Like Plankton is interesting and fun as a character, but like all you got, nigga. It's not really all you got, nigga. Can't do shit else, nigga. Fuck.
bro. Okay, wait. What was the one? Pearl. Okay, Pearl episodes. I really like them
They're cute.
because I just feel like they could have did. Pearl could have gotten more. Like I know y'all remember her 16th birthday.
Hmm
That was the episode for me. I was like, Pearl really does have potential. Or when she transformed the Krusty Krab. Well, that was
Oh
during the same
yeah.
episode. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
I think so. Yes. My
I like Pearl episodes.
one of my favorites was with the girly teen girl episode. Everybody been talking about that recently.
Oh, speaking of Plankton though, there was a newer episode where he retired. Well, he was faking retiring, and so SpongeBob and Patrick followed him to his retirement place, and they went to his retirement home, but then found out that it was a robot, and he was faking it so he could get the Krusty Krab to be empty, so he can go steal the formula.
Oh yeah.
But then they said, "Well, jokes on you. We're actually robots too, and the real us are back at the Krusty Krab." And it was literally just an episode. The whole episode beginning was just talking about like it was literally just Mr. Krabs always outsmarting Plankton, and he did like 100 different plans, and it kept failing. And then this was the one plan that it looked like it worked, and I was like, oh my god, wait, he actually did it. But then it was like, no, these are robots too.
Which is the goofiest shit of all time. Like that nigga just fucking
I
flipped it
really did
around.
believe it. I believed it. I was like, oh my god, wait, Plankton really got them. Nope, nope, nope. They was ready for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Always prepared.
Never
But
caught
what confused me
lacking.
is
Nope.
Mr. Krabs spent the money to have robot clones built of him and SpongeBob,
That's
but
crazy.
he couldn't spend the money to actually keep that. You remember when they had the drive-through and SpongeBob bought all that equipment? He told him, "Take it back. We finna get this for free."
So
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you ghetto. Like you telling me you couldn't spend the money on your business, but you could spend it for a petty plan on Plankton?
Like at this point, just call the police on the nigga.
apparently.
Just get that nigga arrested. Like goddamn.
Or do y'all remember when they were fighting over who was going to get bulldozed? When in reality, they just had to separate the stores a little bit further,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
and it was by 1 inch. It was literally 1 inch, and they were like, "I'm not moving crabs." Me neither. And then they had some assigned petition to see who could get the most votes.
And here the chum bucket still ended up getting destroyed in the end.
The Chum Bucket always that place like it be no the part that I saw, I was always wondering why there was a glove on top of the Chum Bucket, and then in the retirement episode I was like, oh okay, that makes sense. And basically like the glove literally is just like a emergency shut down the building plan where he buries the bucket.
Mm-hmm. Which is dumb as shit again.
Bruh, Plankton needs to just stop. He be making pretty good inventions. He could be making money with like his inventions.
He probably does, because how the fuck does he get the money for all this bullshit?
Bro, I'm thinking, does he have a side hustle? Like he always has the materials and money to get anything he wants.
Imagine it's
Except
just
for a
Karen
cupshake
to
when he was broke. Bro, I'm thinking, is it just like Oscar? It's just like the Proud Family, and he's fucking Oscar. He ain't doing shit, living off of his wife's money.
Karen over here got an OnlyFans. That's how he got money.
Hey.
Okay. And now this concludes the rest of the podcast.
Nah, lie to me and say people won't buy it. Lie to me and say people won't buy it.
Who's gonna buy it? A calculator? Like who's?
Yeah.
No. Do y'all? Oh, speaking of Karen though, y'all remember Karen 2.0? And they built her thick and everything.
I think I remember that.
Yup.
That one got
And
OnlyFans.
she was like light blue and chrome and everything, and like
Mm-hmm.
they literally built her thick. Like they built her like a Jetsons wife. Like they did. I don't know why they built her thick though. I was like, how's the robot got body?
That's what I'm saying. Like they gave her like a skinny ass waist, but all that ass.
For no reason.
Mm-hmm. It's like what does also not think about it? What the fuck she even have a screen on her face instead of like an actual head? Cause like
Wait, this shit. I mean, that's just the Karen design. The Karen design
I
is to
know,
have a screen as a face.
but I think like, it don't make no sense for Karen to have a screen head.
It's funny. Her name is Karen, and now
Mhm.
we use the name Karen as a fucking like a evil white woman.
Yes,
Yup.
evil white woman.
I mean, that's literally what we use it for in modern day.
Yeah,
If your name is Karen, we just think of you like, oh god.
here comes this bitch.
Literally, that's the only reason. That's the only time I ever see Karen being used.
Yeah,
I wanna know though.
talk to me.
When we first started calling people Karen, was it because an actual white woman named Karen,
Probably.
or is it? My theory is it's that damn haircut that the mom from Zack and Cody had. That shit. I feel like that was really the white woman like special right there.
Yeah,
Her haircut was fuck, and she thought she was eating it too.
I remember a white woman try to get that shit like officialized as a slur, saying it's
They did.
misogynist and it's racist.
But then we be calling people Kens. You're gonna be Karen. They're gonna be a Ken too, or male Karen. We're gonna call white men that too. They gonna okay, and
And you know what? Nobody took him serious because, of course, a Karen isn't just all white women. It's a specific kind of bitch.
and it's just a specific type of person that just don't be minding their business. The whole don't if
hmm
you don't want to be a Karen, mind your business.
I think it's really funny that Karen from SpongeBob would beat the fuck out of a real Karen.
Karen from SpongeBob, I remember like her coding was actually really strong. Like she could literally like I remember this episode when they like got a Krabby Patty and they got the DNA for it and they got the recipe, but Karen was like, okay, but you kind of forgot our anniversary though. So I'll give you this if you give me an anniversary gift.
Mm-hmm.
And then she deleted it. She was like, oh, this ain't no, because fucking Plankton was being a scumbag about it.
Per
So then
usual.
she deleted the recipe.
Yep.
Mm.
But don't you think that's a little sad for Plankton though? He has to make a bitch. And even still, once he even made that bitch, he still don't even treat her right. Ain't that sad? He made a girlfriend and can't even treat her right. Like, nigga, you made the bitch. You ain't gonna treat her right?
Damn.
Ain't that sad?
No, do y'all remember the Panty raid?
Yes.
Didn't that episode get banned eventually?
Yes.
For what? When it's been around for
Yeah.
years, I hate that.
It
Like,
got
what?
it got banned because of how it was just like kind of like convince a kid, hey yo, go dig around your mama's panties.
That episode's been around for
Bro.
years. I hate it.
I mean, you can still see it on like bootleg websites, but yeah, you can't like that shit. No.
It's still stupid to me that they banned it, but okay.
Bro, there was a scene. Okay, in one of the newer episodes, they had to ban one of the little like clips in it because it was actually like terrifying. Like it was like nightmare fuel. It was like something happened to Squidward, and he ended up like it was a jump scare. But it was and it's crazy because I was like, oh wow, I didn't think none of the newer episodes would have deleted scenes, but they actually did.
It was red mist. Y'all know what red mist is?
Yeah.
Squidward's. I don't want to say the word because Twitch might ban me. Squidward's S word. Game end yourself. Unalive.
Oh,
Squidward's Unalive. You know what I mean? That's what it was called.
Squidward's online.
And then they
Yeah.
put that in the episode. I remember I seen that shit too. I specifically like I heard that shit happen. I said no way. I looked at it. I was like no way.
Wasn't that originally a meme?
It was originally a meme because
Yep.
it was a creepypasta because it was about creepypasta basically saying like yeah, we always have goofy ass names for shows of the episodes before we actually like air them and whatever. So like we always had like Patrick's butt plug party or something. And then we cut on this episode called Squidward's S word, and then the horror ensued. And it was basically like some horrible shit, like basically like watching people get disemboweled or whatever in the video. And they sat through all of it. And they don't know where it came from or whatever. And that was the creepypasta. Some nigga from Nickelodeon, some nigga from SpongeBob really fucking just sat there and got traumatized for a little bit.
Yeah. One theory that I believe about SpongeBob though is that Krabby Patties are made out of whale, and the reason why I say that is because there was an old theory saying that Krabby Patties are made out of crab meat, but that was proven to be wrong because there's literally episodes where you can see a bunch of crabs.
Mhm.
But the theory that I believe about whales is because there's no other pearl.
Mhm.
There was one episode when SpongeBob ripped his pants. That was the one other whale.
Mhm.
But besides that, there's no other whales, and there's a whole theory. The theory involves like Mr. Krabs is like art that he has on his wall, and he has like a spear that it looks like what could kill like a whale if you like landed it in there. Like
Mhm.
I don't know, whatever fishers be doing whenever they be fishing with javelins and stuff.
Yeah.
And he always or not SpongeBob, but Mr. Krabs is always talking about like the old days when I was on the sea and we had to wrestle this giant sea monster.
Mhm.
And in the picture it's a whale, and people think that it's Pearl's mom, and that he's been priming Pearl and waiting for when he runs out of his mom's meat or her mom's meat, that he's going to use the meat from her.
Damn.
And I don't believe he would use the meat from her, but I do believe that he is probably using some whale meat.
Damn.
I remember seeing a theory that uh that the Krabby Patties are like 90% vegan, and the other 10% is cheese.
Hmm.
Cause like the burger meat is supposed to be like coral or some type of like kelp shit.
Oh wow.
That's the theory I've seen, and I like that one because it's a lot less
No.
negative.
One thing we got to talk about on SpongeBob is how they replaced King Neptune 3 times. There's
Mhm.
3 different King,
And
and
Poseidon.
yeah, and I'm just so confused as to why. Like, and they all look different. They've all
Mhm.
actually been in either an episode or a movie, and they all look different.
Yep.
And y'all remember that fry? Okay, first of all, I hate how they be dissing on SpongeBob's fry cook abilities. Like, do you
Mhm.
remember the old fry cook that used to work for Mr. Krabs but then quit because he was too cheap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jim.
That nigga act like he was better than him. Or you remember when it was King Neptune? He was like, "Ooh, I'll challenge you to a fry cook-off because you look like a scrawny little twink and you can't beat me."
Mhm.
Yep.
And I'm just like, bro, like, and King Neptune isn't always like. I remember, I think the first iteration of King Neptune, it was like either the first or second one. He was nice, but then like the newer ones, like they're just evil. Them niggas like don't care.
I thought the first one was the one that challenged him to the fry cook thing.
It was one of them. I can't remember. It was either the third one is definitely evil because that's the one they
Yeah.
use now. But the first or second one of them were just chill.
I mean, he was a dickhead for the fry cook thing, but then after he tried SpongeBob's burger, and he was like, "Oh my god, you
Yep.
are a king! What the fuck? Hey, bro, hey, what you put in this? Hold on." Hey, yo, make me another one. Wait, hey, this shit good.
Yeah, but that's about all I know for like old SpongeBob stuff.
I didn't they come out like a movie last year or like 2 years ago?
Are you talking about like the SpongeBob movie? That was way older than 2 years ago.
Cause I could like the most recent movie, I didn't
Are you talking
see
about
it.
when they were in real life and they were on like Miami or something?
Was that the
No,
Sponge Out of Water movie or?
no, I've seen Sponge Out of
Out,
Water.
out of water.
I think there was a movie after that I didn't see, but I did see Out of Water and I did like it, but it was very weird at times. Like when they got into the Mad Max type shit and fucking Krabs wearing that fucking gimp suit.
Oh yeah.
I was like, what? I don't remember how all that shit went, but I did like it, and it was real weird how them niggas just became superheroes out of nowhere, and like,
True.
and they became superheroes out of nowhere, and didn't mention Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Surprisingly.
Made me mad because
Well,
those are the superheroes.
Yep.
Remember, Man and Barnacle Boy are dickheads.
They were.
Like the older they got, the more they were just like, well, I don't care, fuck you.
Mermaid Man was senile, and Barnacle Boy was actually a dickhead.
And it's crazy because Barnacle Boy's the sidekick.
Mm-hmm.
That's the crazy part. It's like, okay, sit down, Robin. You're not her. You're not him.
I want to see more episodes with Barnacle Boy and Squidward together because they were talking sometimes and they was talking shit on SpongeBob and they both don't.
Them fat ass fucking pickle noses.
I want
I
those
remember
niggas.
that.
I want those niggas to be in episodes together and just absolutely hate each other and
I could see
realize,
it
damn, is
happening.
that how I am?
They did have beef. Remember, there was an episode where they were like laughing, and then they were like they had a nose battle. I remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, they legit they did. They hated each other. They was like, and then like they were trying to get the last laugh. But yes, they literally were trying to get the last laugh between each other.
If I did see it, I don't remember it. That's gotta be a real old one, man. SpongeBob is fun.
Yeah.
But guess what, Aloe?
Mm.
I got over 40 minutes of a podcast chill with just SpongeBob shit, nigga. I knew I could do it.
Okay. But you ain't do it alone. Bitch, you ain't doing it alone.
I ain't do it alone,
you
boss.
saying like you did it alone.
I did. We ain't do it alone, but guess what? Still did it.
What did y'all bet that you couldn't do it? Or
We didn't
I
bet,
said
but
there's no way we're getting an hour's worth of SpongeBob content.
it's very close to an hour. It's very close. But you know what? We gonna keep it going. Let's talk about the SpongeBob spin-off shows.
No, I'll see you later.
What was it called? Camp Coral? Damn, Al actually left.
No! Oh my gosh.
Aloe, come back. Okay, bet.
No.
I didn't see none of the spin-off shows. I'm not gonna lie. I've seen one episode of the camp show and I did not fuck with it like that. I thought it was kind of ugly. I never saw the Patrick show because I know for a fact that shit would have been definitely ugly.
I didn't care for really either of them, I'm not gonna lie.
If they would have gave anybody a spinoff, I would hope they would give Sandy or Gary a spinoff.
Or Pearl. I would have watched Pearl's spinoff.
Yeah.
It depends.
Pearl would have been fun. It had a interesting story with it too. But
like imagine Pearl in high school.
Yeah. Cause like the whole reason I would never fuck with a Patrick spinoff is for the same reason nobody fucked with Planet Sheen.
Yo!
Because SpongeBob's a dumbass, but he ain't the dumbest dumbass.
No. You're trying to sneak in 20 minutes of content. Bye, guys.
No, listen. Let me finish this last part, please.
No.
Let me finish this last conversation, please. So the whole reason nobody ain't fuck with Planet Sheen is because everybody in that show was the dumbest motherfucker of all time. And
Okay, cool. Okay, bye.
and in Jimmy Neutron, there was some smart motherfuckers plus dumb motherfuckers, so they played off each other real well. A whole gang of dumb motherfuckers don't play off each other that well.
You belong to Planet Sheen.
That was the planet wasn't even called Planet Sheen. So that
Well,
would
you
make no
belong.
sense.
You belong. You belong in the universe of that show.
So I belong with Jimmy Neutron in them because that's the same universe.
Jimmy Neutron never showed up in Planet Sheen.
But he was
Not
in
once.
the universe because he didn't transcend universes. He just went to space.
But then that defeats your whole purpose of saying that Planet Sheen was all dumb because Jimmy Neutron was there. So you're wrong about that. Then
No, the show was dumb.
yeah, you belong to that show's universe. That's what I said.
Yeah, and Jimmy Neutron's in the universe.
Oh, but you're literally defeating your. I'm glad everyone listening can hear him say this.
Nah,
because
the show's just because something's in the universe don't mean something's in the show.
But I just said the show's universe, and then you know what you said? You said, well, okay, I'm glad I belong there. Jimmy Neutron's there. So then it defeats your whole point of saying everyone is dumb there because Jimmy Neutron, he exists in that universe.
No, I said everybody's
And
dumb
he's
in the
the smartest
show.
person in the universe. Oh my god.
Because Jimmy Neutron ain't in the show.
I'm not showing up for next week. I'm not showing up for next week. Goodbye.
But it's your topic. Next week's gonna be your topic. So why?
No, because you lost the argument and then you tried to spin some golden thread into making it make sense, and you know it don't.
It makes a little bit of sense.
No, we got 20 minutes. Yeah, okay, let's talk about it. Okay, so you said you said the whole show was dumb. Everyone hated it. Everyone was stupid in that show. But then you said Jimmy Neutron smart and dumb. It was a mix. It was good. Planet Sheen didn't leave that universe. He stayed in there. He just went to space. So technically, in that universe, there are smart niggas, which means they made your statement wrong.
See, the thing is, that's talking about the show's universe, not the show. What the show actually has.
Oh well, but the universe, like you said, oh well, no, we doing your logic.
Because you said I belong in the universe with Jimmy Neutron in them, but I'm saying just that singular show has no smart niggas. Okay, never mind. I take it back because Jimmy Neutron was in the beginning. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was yelling so loud you can't hear it.
I'm sick of the fucking shit. Y'all watching, y'all in the future watching. I don't care if you're watching 10, 20 years later. You're thinking, wow, this is a ancient relic of Dizzy Mochi's podcast. Y'all, do you see how he tries to spin a narrative in he will try to spin some type of oh, I forgot this law existed. Let me use this law to my advantage because I didn't mention it. And then he will literally just, and he's wrong. He will never admit when he's wrong. He will never admit he's wrong until he finds out for himself. He can have a crowd of people showing him 2 + 2 is 4, and he's gonna fight to say it's 5. He will fight until he'll be like, well, the 4 is technically like a 5 because y'all see it. He will fight. This is and it's not even this is a mild version. I want y'all to know this is mild. Whenever we get into complex topics and he loses track of all the laws and rules and regulations about the topic, he gets so confused that he just assumes he's right. And then when it's all over, and and we're not talking about it anymore, he'll be like, but hold on, I was still right, I still won. I'm like, you were wrong. And I don't even care. Most people can just be like, okay, I was wrong. Okay, dang. No. Most people, he has to look up for himself. He'll have to read the whole book of Harry Potter to believe that he's wrong versus somebody telling him about it.
I never read
I'm using an example, as if you can never say you're wrong unless you read the entire instruction manual for yourself and see the exact part where you're wrong versus somebody showing you all the facts.
Sometimes.
And then you won't even admit you're wrong. Then you'll say, well, technically, I said this.
But it's
no. In the podcast.
But
no.
It's always good.
No.
It's always good.
No. No.
No.
No.
Isn't
no.
it?
No. 20 minutes gone. No.
Isn't it always good? Isn't it good to always stand up for what you
No.
believe in?
No. You believe you no, that's not faith. That's facts, and you're wrong.
Yeah.
These aren't this isn't fate. This isn't faith. This isn't something that you believe. This is facts. These are factual things that actually happened in the show, and you're just wrong.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'll
You know
stop.
what? I'm gonna, instead of being a reoccurring member, I'm going to be a rotating member. So I'll see you in like 4 weeks.
4? I'm not gonna have
Yeah,
that many ideas.
I know. I come up with literally 75% of the ideas for this. All right, I'll say 50.
I apologize. I was very wrong.
No, it's could I
Could
what?
could you please be on the next podcast with us?
No, I don't know. I don't know. Cause you know, whenever you're wrong, you just try to gaslight, and you like to you literally try to spin an entire web of bullshit logic so that other people can believe it and go with you.
Only sometime.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Matter of fact, I'm literally going to petition to get you banned, and I will show Twitch clips of you doing things that are ban worthy.
I don't be doing nothing. Don't be doing that to me.
Yeah, but I say, yeah, you knew to say, yeah, you see how you lied at first, said I don't be doing nothing, and then you said don't do that to me. Why would you say don't do that to me if I had there are things.
There are some
So
things.
yeah, yeah. Bye.
Okay, I think we did have like a lot of content here, gang. Yeah. Okay. I love y'all. I hope your
You
mama, uncle, auntie, all them bitches are good. Granddaddy, grandmama, you know them. I hope all them good. Um. Okay, so there's an old lady down your street, right? Down your street specifically. I want you to go hit her up. Ask her, do she need some groceries? All right, and then show her how to use Instacart on her phone, and then nothing else. Okay, cause
what?
she's a little racist. She don't need you to actually like bring her nothing. You know what I mean? Don't actually bring her shit. You know what I mean? Cause she's a little racist. Don't do stuff for her like that. But I love
You're
y'all.
only saying Instagram because we ordered it last night, and you only said Vibe earlier because of the. I hate just.
Yes, I use things in my life to influence my art. I'm normal. Okay, I love y'all. Bye bye.